Welcome back to the channel Coin Hunt USA. And have you ever wondered if that old penny, nickel or dime sitting in a drawer could be worth a fortune?
Many people spend rare coins every day without realizing their true value.
Some USA coins that originally cost just 1 cent, 5 cents or 10 cents are now worth thousands, even
millions of dollars. In today's video, we are diving
deep into the world of America's most valuable coins,
focusing on 3 legendary pieces:
the 1 cent wheat penny, the 5 Cent Jefferson Silver Nickel, and the Roosevelt One Dime. These coins are not just money. They are pieces of history, and collectors all over the world are searching for them. Certain years' mint marks and rare errors have made these coins extremely valuable. A simple wheat penny could be worth more than a brand new car.
A Jefferson nickel made with silver during wartime could bring in huge cash. And some Roosevelt dimes have sold for unbelievable prices at auctions.
This video will help you understand what makes a coin valuable, how to spot rare
versions, and why these small coins can be
worth big money. So before you ignore your spare change, make sure you watch this video carefully. Let's get started. First up, the 1975 Jefferson 5-cent coin from the United States without a mint mark, which means it was struck in Philadelphia, and this nickel is one of the most common coins found in circulation, yet it has a rich history that collectors enjoy learning about. And in this long video we will explore design, history, metal content, mintage, numbers, value, myths,
errors, and how collectors judge condition, and why most
examples are worth face value,
while a few special
ones can be worth more. And this
script is designed
for a long YouTube presentation that can easily last 40 minutes when read slowly and explained carefully to viewers who are new to coin collecting.
The Jefferson nickel design was
first introduced in 1938 to
Honor Thomas Jefferson III,
President of the United States, and by 1975 the design had already been in use for decades, with only small changes over the years. And the obverse shows a left-facing portrait of Jefferson with the word Liberty
and the year 1975, while the reverse shows Monticello,
Jefferson home. And this classic design connects modern
coins to American history, which is why many collectors
still enjoy studying even very common dates like 1975.
A 1975 Jefferson
nickel without a mint mark means it was
produced at the Philadelphia Mint, because
during that time Philadelphia
coins did not carry a mint mark, and the total number of nickels made that year was extremely high, reaching hundreds of millions, which explains why these coins are still easy to find today. And because
supply is so large, the value remains low for most examples. Yet
understanding mintage helps collectors learn why
rarity is such an important factor in determining coin value.
The metal composition of the 1975 nickel is 75% copper and 25%
nickel, and it weighs 5 grams and has a smooth edge with no reading. And unlike older silver
coins, this nickel does not
contain precious metal value,
which means its worth is based mostly on condition and collector demand
rather than metal content. And this is an important lesson for beginner collectors who often believe age alone makes a coin valuable.
In average circulated condition, a 1975 Jefferson
nickel without mint mark is usually
worth 5 cents, which is face value. And even in uncirculated condition, many examples are only worth a small premium, such as 10 to 30 cents. However,
coins that are graded in very high mint state condition with strong strike and clean surfaces can sometimes sell for several dollars, especially if certified by a professional grading service.
And these high-grade coins are much
harder to find than most people expect.
Collectors also look for errors and
varieties on 1975 nickels, and while major errors are rare, there can be minor issues
like off-center strikes, weak strikes, die cracks, or
double design elements. And these
errors can increase value
depending on how noticeable and dramatic they are. And this part of the video can be expanded by showing photos and explaining how errors happen during the minting process, which helps viewers
understand the difference
between true mint errors and simple damage.
Grading is one of the most
important topics when discussing coin value.
And for the 1975 Jefferson
nickel, small differences in wear can make a big difference in desirability, and collectors examine details such as Jefferson hair cheek,
jawline, and the steps on Monticello.
And coins with full steps on the
reverse are especially popular and can command higher prices when
authenticated. And this is a great educational moment for teaching viewers how to look closely at coins. Many people ask if they should save 1975 nickels they find in
change, and the answer depends
on their goals, and while these coins are not rare, they can still be fun to collect, especially in high
condition, and they are excellent for teaching
young collectors about American
coinage history, grading and minting, and
storing coins properly in
holders can help preserve condition, even for common coins like this one.
for long-term value expectations. It is important to be realistic,
And most 1975 Jefferson
nickels will never be worth large amounts of money, yet they remain an important part of
modern coin collections,
and they help complete date and mint sets, and collectors enjoy the
satisfaction of finishing
a series and learning along the way.
and this video,
Encourages viewers to collect for enjoyment, knowledge, and history.
rather than only profit. As this long video comes
To an end, it is a good time to remind viewers to subscribe to the channel
for more educational coin content, including detailed guides, history lessons, error explanations,
and collection tips, and subscribing helps support the
channel and allows more in-depth videos like this.
one to be created, and viewers are encouraged to like, comment, and share their own experiences with Jefferson nickels and coin collecting, so the community can grow and learn together.
Next up, the 2004 One Dime coin from the United States of America with the mint mark P. And this coin is known as the Roosevelt Dime, and it represents a long-standing tradition in American coinage. And the 2004 P dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which uses the letter P as its identifying mint mark, and this coin was produced for general circulation, meaning it was made to be used in everyday transactions, and millions of people carried this coin in their pockets without realizing the history and details behind it. And this video will guide you through everything from design, history, metal composition, mintage numbers, value ranges, collecting tips, and long-term significance for collectors and beginners alike. The obverse side of the 2004 P dime features a portrait of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States, and his image was placed on the dime shortly after his death in 1945 to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and also to recognize his strong support for the March of Dimes organization, which helped fight polio, a disease he personally battled. And the design shows Roosevelt facing left with the word liberty along the left side and the phrase "In God We Trust" near the lower left, and the date 2004 on the right side, making it a simple but meaningful design that has remained mostly unchanged for decades. The reverse side of the 2004 P dime displays a torch in the center, which symbolizes liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence, and around the edge are the words United States of America and One Dime. And this design was created by John R. Sinek, who also designed the obverse, and his initials can be found on the coin. And the reverse design reflects core American values and the balance between freedom, peace, and resilience. And even though the design may appear common, it carries deep symbolic meaning that has stood the test of time. In terms of metal composition, the 2004 P dime is made of a clad structure, meaning it has an outer layer of copper nickel bonded to a pure copper core, and the overall weight of the coin is about 2,700 grams, and the diameter is approximately 17.9 millimeters, and the edge of the coin is reeded with vertical grooves. And this composition has been used for dimes since 1965, when silver was removed from circulating coinage due to rising metal costs, and because of this the 2004 dime does not contain silver, and its intrinsic metal value is very low compared to earlier silver dimes. The mintage of the 2004 P Roosevelt dime was extremely high, with over 1 billion coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint alone, and this massive production was done to meet the needs of everyday commerce across the country, and because so many were made, the coin is considered very common in circulated condition, and this high supply is the main reason why most 2004 P dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents when found in pocket change, and collectors generally do not seek circulated examples unless they are building complete data and mint sets. When discussing value, it is important to understand the difference between circulated and uncirculated condition, and a circulated 2000 for P dime that shows wear, scratches and dull surfaces is typically worth only 10 cents and sometimes up to 20 cents if sold in bulk, but an uncirculated example that has never been used and still retains full mint luster can be worth more. Depending on condition and in lower uncirculated grades it may be worth about $1, while high-grade examples, graded M as 65 or higher by professional grading services, can reach values of $3 to $5 or slightly more, especially if the strike is strong and the surfaces are clean. There are also error coins that collectors look for among 204 P dimes, and these errors can significantly increase value, and examples include off-center strikes where the design is not properly aligned, missing clad layers, doubled die errors where parts of the design appear doubled, and die cracks or cut errors caused by damaged dies, and these errors are rare compared to normal coins, and their value can range from $10 to hundreds of dollars, depending on the type and severity of the error, and authentication by a reputable expert is important before assuming an error coin is valuable. For collectors, the 2000 for P dime is often included as part of a complete Roosevelt dime collection, and many collectors aim to assemble sets by date and mint mark, and even though this coin is common, it still plays an important role in completing modern sets, and it is also used by beginner collectors as an affordable entry point into coin collecting, and because it is easy to find, it provides a great opportunity to learn about grading, luster, strike, quality and storage techniques without high financial risk. Proper storage is essential if you want to preserve the condition of a 2000 for P dime, especially if it is uncirculated, and coins should be kept in a cool, dry environment away from moisture and handled only by the edges to avoid fingerprints and oils, and many collectors use coin flips, albums or hard plastic holders to protect their coins, and even though the coin may not be extremely valuable today, maintaining its condition can help preserve any premium it has and make it more enjoyable as part of a collection. In conclusion, the 2000 for One Dime coin with mint mark P from the United States is a common yet historically meaningful piece of modern American coinage, and while its monetary value is usually modest, its educational and collectible value should not be overlooked, and it represents continuity in design, national values and everyday history. And whether you are a seasoned collector, a beginner or simply curious about the coins in your pocket, understanding the details of the 2000 for P dime adds depth to a small object.
Next up, the 1942 Lincoln Wheat 1 cent coin from the United States. This coin is one of the most interesting pennies ever made because it was produced during the time of the Second World War, and it represents a turning point in American history, economics, and coin collecting. The Lincoln Wheat penny features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, which was first introduced in 1909, and by 1942 it had already become a familiar and trusted symbol of American money. This penny was used daily by millions of people to buy bread, newspapers, and other essentials during a very difficult period in history, and collectors today value it not just for money but for the story it tells. The 1942 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on coins during that era. This is important because Philadelphia produced the largest number of pennies in 1942, making this version the most common among all 1942 wheat cents. Even though it is common, it still holds strong interest for collectors because it connects directly to wartime America, factories, rationing, and the everyday life of ordinary citizens who used these coins in shops and markets across the nation. In terms of metal composition, the 1942 wheat penny is made primarily of copper with a small amount of tin and zinc. This is significant because just 1 year later, in 1943, pennies were made of steel due to copper shortages for the war effort, so 1942 represents the final full year of traditional copper pennies. Before this dramatic change, many collectors seek this coin as part of a complete wartime set because it marks the end of an era and the last moment before materials were redirected toward military needs. When discussing value, the condition of the coin is the most important factor. A heavily worn 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark that has been in circulation for decades is generally worth only a small amount, usually around 2 to 5 cents. However, a coin that shows less wear with clear details on Lincoln hair and the wheat ears on the reverse can be worth more, often ranging from 25 cents to $1.
Uncirculated examples that were never used and still show original
Red copper color can be
worth several dollars, and in rare
cases high-grade examples
certified by professional grading services may reach values of $10 to $20 or more.
errors and varieties also play a major role in
increasing the value of a 1942 wheat penny. Some coins were struck of center, while others may show double details or unusual marks caused during the minting process. These error coins are far less common and are highly sought after by collectors depending on the type and visibility of the error. Such coins can be worth tens or even hundreds of dollars, making it always worthwhile to carefully examine any 1942 wheat penny you may own. Many people wonder why such a
common coin still matters, and the answer lies in its historical and educational
value. The 1942 wheat penny is often one of the first collectible
coins that beginners encounter because it is affordable, widely available, and rich in history. It teaches new collectors about mint marks, composition, grading, and historical context,
and it often inspires deeper interest in numismatics,
the study of coins and currency.
For those interested in preserving or collecting this coin, proper storage is
essential. Copper coins are sensitive
to moisture and oils from human skin, so they should be stored in dry environments,
preferably in protective holders or albums designed for coins.
Cleaning the coin is not recommended because
cleaning can significantly reduce its value and damage the original surface. Collectors prefer coins with natural aging and original patina rather than shiny, clean surfaces.
Now, let us talk about building a wheat penny collection. The
1942 penny without a mint mark is often included in complete date and mint sets spanning from 1909 to 1958. Collectors enjoy the challenge of finding each year and mint variation, and the 1942 Philadelphia
issue is an important piece that helps complete the wartime section of the
collection. Its accessibility
makes it a cornerstone coin for young
collectors and beginners.
If you are enjoying this deep dive into the 1942
Lincoln wheat penny,
take a moment to support the channel by liking
the video, subscribing for more coin
history, and turning on
notifications so you never miss an upload. Your
support helps the channel grow and
allows us to continue sharing long, detailed stories
about coins, history, and collectibles from around the world, and your engagement makes this community stronger and more knowledgeable. In conclusion, the 1942
Lincoln wheat 1-cent coin without a mint mark may not make you rich overnight, but it carries
immense historical significance, cultural value, and educational
importance. It stands as a small copper witness
to a world at war and a nation adapting to change. Whether you are
seasoned collector or just found one of these
pennies in a drawer,
this coin deserves appreciation,
respect, and curiosity.
Thank you for watching and staying with us
through this long exploration of one of America's most iconic pennies.